My name is Meg and I'm from Granarmon in South Wales. I'm currently studying computer science with a year in industry and I'm on my placement year at the moment. The School of Computer Science and Informatics is based between Richmond Road and Newport Road. This means that it's really close to the city centre, but also really close to the main hub of student living, which is Cateys Road. So the course I'm on is a mix of practical work and theory work. So first year was mainly practical work, getting everyone up to speed with the programming languages such as Java, Python, various web design languages. We did a project to start with, so created a text-based game using Python. I hadn't really used Python before, so this got me up to scratch with it. Second year, we did some more theory work. We did communication networks, so cyber attacks, monitoring traffic. I chose to do enterprise architecture, informatics, and data visualization, which is very current. We did a project that lasted the whole year in a group as well. So I was in a group of 11 people, and our job was to redesign the Learning Central site. So we planned and designed everything ourselves, wrote some big reports. We actually got to create the website, and we had a supervisor throughout. So yeah, it was a really good chance to act as though we were actually in industry doing something pretty worthwhile. So the memorable parts for me were probably the first module we did in first year, which was a Python module. So in groups, small groups, we got to design our own and then create our own text-based game using Python. So that was really interesting and creative and a good way to get to know people, get us all up to speed with Python and do something that we'd all enjoy. Second year then, I really enjoyed doing human-computer interaction. So this is a bit more design-centered. We got to use some new core software, create personas, prototypes. So yeah, that was really interesting. Communication networks was also a highlight for me because we got to use Wireshark to monitor networks and learn about cybersecurity, which is something I'm interested in. We got to use the forensics lab as well, which was really cool. So a day in the life of a computer science student, for me, was go in for whenever my first lecture is, so whether that's 9 a.m. or 1 p.m, but obviously that would be up to you. And then either between lectures, I could either sit in the library if I had work to do and revise a bit there, or go into town, get some coffee or get some food. Plenty of coffee shops around, so very handy. And then go to labs, do any coursework I needed to do because the labs had everything that you could possibly need for your work on them. Second year, I started to do a bit more work at home because I learned how to remotely access the computers in the labs. So this is really good because it means you don't have to physically travel into uni and you can work on your coursework whenever you feel most comfortable doing so. So yeah, that's another really handy thing. So I'm currently on my placement year with the university and techno camps. I work as a delivery officer, which means that I go around different schools and deliver engaging STEM workshops to them. So part of my job is to create my own workshops, create some resources, and use all the cool tech we have to basically get kids engaged with technology. So we go from primary schools all the way up to A-level students and support their GCSE curriculum. So it's quite varied. So this has really benefited me, largely because my confidence was really lacking before this, and I liked to shy away from a lot of group work or presentations. But doing this has given me the confidence to go and do a lot more of this, and I feel much more comfortable now presenting to people. I've also had to show a lot of leadership because we work closely with STEM ambassadors. This is something I'm not really that comfortable with doing, but having to do it as part of this role has made me feel much more confident in doing it, which is going to be really useful for any future jobs, really. Also, the time management involved in creating my resources, going out and delivering different workshops is going to be invaluable for third year because the whole thing of having a job and having to turn up on time, do things for other people on time, just gives you a whole different work ethic than you probably had before. So yeah, I'll definitely do a lot better in third year now because of this, because my work ethic is much better. Also, surprisingly, because you'd think because it's younger people, that maybe your technical skills wouldn't improve too much. But having to create Python workshops for GCSE and A-level kids has really improved my Python skills. And seeing what they're able to do and just having to go and create my own code and come up with ideas on what to teach them and how to teach them, my Python is much better now than when I started this. So yeah, I'd really recommend doing a placement because it's definitely improved my outlook on the course, it's improved my skills. And yes, it's been really interesting to do new stuff and to meet new people. So the advice I'd give to anyone thinking of applying to this course is to just do it, because Cardiff is a great student city. Everyone that comes falls in love with it because of the culture, the fun stuff, the student living. The course is interesting. It fits what everyone enjoys, really. It's a good mix of group work and individual work. Another bit of advice I'd probably give is to brush up on any Python or Java, because that's something that I didn't really do, and I did find it a bit challenging at times. If you're already comfortable with it, then they will introduce it to you at quite a basic level anyway. But yeah, if you're not that comfortable with it or haven't done loads of it before, it's probably worth just doing a little bit before you start. Being a student in Cardiff is great. The university is spread out through the whole city, so every building and department has a very unique feel to it. The city is very student-friendly and has loads of entertainment there. If you like the cinema, then we have 4 different cinemas, all of which are pretty cheap, really. We have theatres, there's shopping centres, loads of coffee shops, both chain ones and local ones, which is student necessity, really. We got lovely parks. Bute Park is massive, really green, has a festival that goes on every summer as well, which is pretty cool. The SU is awesome because it's country famous. It's one of the best SUs in the UK, apparently. It's got its own club nights on Wednesdays and Saturdays. It's got food places, it's got shops the students need, it's got banks, it's got the shop for the university, it's got society meetings, it's got all sorts there. The accommodation in Cardiff is pretty close to the centre, so you're never going to be far away from everything. It's a big mix of clubs and pubs, so yeah, it's a student city, really.